Welcome to Point to Rise, your podcast that gives you permission to dream big, take messy action, and turn your talent into profit while turning your back on perfection. My name is Susanne, high performance and mindset coach, former international ballerina, profitable entrepreneur, and founder of Point to Rise, a movement designed to empower dancers. It is my mission to use my own story as an inspiration for today's generation of dancers. And now sit back, stretch, warm up, or sip your coffee and love learning how much it matters to point at yourself first to rise to all that you are capable of. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Point to Rise podcast. My name is Susanne and I am your host today. I want to talk to you about something that I realized this week, something that I often struggle with and have denied myself for a very long time, and what the outcome actually was. And here's how I'm basically rewriting it in order to be more present and more successful. So here's the situation. I was on a phone with a possible investor for Rice Media. And one of the questions he asked me was, so what have you done that qualifies you to be a leader in this field? And I completely froze. I could not answer the question. The first thought that actually came to my mind was, well, nothing. I've never been a leader in that capacity. I've never founded a media company. I have never done something like that before. And my innate reaction, the next emotion that came up was, well, I might as well not do it because I am not qualified. Here is the deal. That really shook me. That one question shook my entire day, 2 days actually, until I got on the phone with my mentor and I presented her with the scenario. And she said, well, I disagree. First of all, she asked me the question, so are you actually writing down every day what went well, what your successes were, how you showed up, and what you have accomplished? Like, what tiny steps are you taking every day that qualify you to be a leader in that kind of a field? I'm like, okay, great question. And then, don't take this the wrong way, but what else have you done? And there is a lot that you have done. It's just that we in society, and perhaps more so in the performing arts, are under this impression that knowing what we're great at is subsequent to being arrogant, being full of ourselves, shining too bright. And I know personally that I have been told, just not so loud, Suzanne. You're too loud. Nobody wants to see this. You're too shiny. And I've learned how to dim my light subconsciously. I didn't know what I was doing. And it always felt to this day really against everything that I believed in, that I should be knowing what I'm great at and what I have accomplished. So she really opened up a completely perspective, and also got me thinking around, oh my goodness, I actually have been doing this all my life. I have been denying myself what I have achieved and what I have accomplished for two reasons. A, I didn't want to look like I am something that wants to be seen or needs to be seen, or this look at me kind of personality. Never been that person. And secondly, because what if it's not true? What if other people don't see it the way I see it? Um, I didn't want to put any energy in convincing them. And while that is right, while if somebody doesn't see that as a big accomplishment, well, that's on them. That's not on me. And I have never been able to make that connection. So I don't know if you can relate to this, like when you, for example, go and audition, or when you are sending out audition videos, like what is that voice in your head when you ask, what are you great at? What comes out first? Like, what is your initial thought and reaction? Is it ooey gooey in your tummy and you just want to say, no, no, I'm not great at anything, I can always improve? Or are you really consciously able to say, hey, so these are the things that I'm great at. This is what qualifies me um, to audition for your position. And this is where I want to go, having a confidence in us that tells us, yeah, we are actually great enough to do whatever we want to do. So here's what we're holding out on when we are not on a daily basis. And I was listening to a podcast this morning. Really highly high performing people are actually doing that on an hourly basis. They are checking in. Not once a year, no, not every 6 months, not every week, not every once a day. They're checking in every single hour. What have they accomplished? How much closer have they inched their way towards their goal? And with this kind of assessment, you're always very aware of where you're at and where you want to go and where your gap is. Meaning, you know what you're great at, you know where you want to improve, and then you take action. It is not something that's just stored away in a dark little corner and we're not looking at it because we're afraid what other people think. No, 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 no. It is the awareness of where you're at, where you want to go, and how you can close that gap that pushes people, high performing people, forward on a much faster scale. Um, so, what are we denying ourselves when we don't look at what we're great at? I think personally, we are denying ourselves our future successes. Because if we don't know what we actually have accomplished, then how do we know where we want to go and what else we want to achieve and how we going to get there if we're not able to really truly assess our successes, what we're great at, our superpowers, and then what we're not, what our challenges are, and how we can circumvent these challenges. So the next time you look in the mirror, I want you to, instead looking at all the things that needs improvement, I want you to find 5 things that are great that you like about yourself. Things that make you a great performer, a great dancer, a great mother, a great sister. This is important. This is more important than you ever will think it is. That you know what you have accomplished. That is one thing we need to look back at every single day, if not every single hour. And that builds confidence to show up in situations that are unfamiliar, that spike fear in us or bring our imposters out really loud and clear and let us, know that we're not capable or not worthy of doing, experiencing, having that kind of a relationship. So you need to know what you have accomplished already in order to find future success. Because that these kind of little things, that's the proof that you are capable. That is your motivation, your inspiration to keep on going. So with that said, my newest task in the morning and in the evening now, I'm inching my way into the 1 hour assessment of my performance per se, as in how I'm feeling, where have I gotten, and where do I want to go. And I look at really clearly, what have I achieved today? What did I do great? And I'm compiling that so I have evidence that the next time when somebody asks me, what kind of an experience or what makes you an expert in this field, I actually have an answer and I don't feel like I'm a fraud. I'm sending you so much love. I hope this message helped you. I hope you can take something away. Please share your takeaway on social media and tag me. I want to know where you're at. I want to know how I can help you and provide more value for your next steps. I'm sending you so much love. Till soon. Bye bye. Thank you so much for listening. If this message resonates with you, please pass it on to someone who needs to hear this right now. And if you like what you've heard, your feedback will go a very long way. If you just take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, that would mean the world to me. Till next time, point at yourself to rise to all that you are capable of.